Gayatri, hello.
How are you?
Good, good,
How
good.
are you?
First of all, thank you, Gayatri, for doing this interview. I'm a great admirer of your amazing voice and your amazing compositions. And I really like the spiritual aspect of it. And I love your style of improvisation. I think it's really interesting. So can you tell us a little bit about your musical journey and this concert you have coming up on Sunday?
Thank you, Kena. It was wonderful. It's lovely to interact with you, lovely to improvise with you. It was the Sunday last week, the last Sunday, the Cultural X Festival concert was, oh my God, it was fantastic. I really loved it.
Yeah, it was. We got so much good feedback. We only had a couple of rehearsals, didn't we? But
we didn't even have enough rehearsals. We just had, I think, one session with Maharshi, and that's it. We were on stage. But yeah, it was wonderful. And the first time I heard I think your album from one of your albums, I think something like Floating in Space.
Oh yeah, that one.
That was the first thing that I heard. That was the first time I heard your flute, and it was amazing. That's when I said, okay, fine, I've composed these songs, and I really want Kena to, play these ones and see how she improvises. And then, oh my God, you did so well. So I've been singing. I've been performing Indian music for many years. I started when I was when my age was 3. My father was my first guru because he was trained in both. There's 2 genres: South Indian music and North Indian music. Wow. The North Indian we call Hindustani, and the South Indian is Carnatic. So I was trained in both the genres. There's not much of a difference, but the style is a little different, and there's so much of complexity in laya, in the rhythm, in the South more than the North, and the North gives more importance to the voice modulation, and both the genres give importance to improvisation. Indian classical music, we give so much importance to improvisation, like how you give in your jazz. Improvisation is very important for us as well.
That's interesting.
So yeah, so then I have performed everywhere. I've released many albums, and I've worked with many musicians. So that's my journey.
It sounds amazing. It sounds amazing. And how long have you lived in Sydney?
We moved to Sydney in 2016.
Cool. From where?
2016. And since then,
where were you?
I'm based in Oatlands. And I've been performing since then, and all multicultural festivals like Paramasala, Blacktown, Winter Festival, like this one, Cultural X. And I also was AUMA, or Australian Women in Music Awards delegate.
Amazing.
So that was a very good experience for me, because I was able to interact with, other musical artists, like Lebanese singer, a soprano, and then a Brazilian drummer. And then she was a Jakarta rapper. So it was a very, very unique experience collaborating with those musicians, because you get to learn a lot when you collaborate with other music. There's so many common things.
Yeah, there's so many common things. I mean, the stuff you were teaching me about the ragas was very interesting, because every time I kept thinking, oh yeah, I know the scale. Like there'd be some note that changes the character completely compared to the Western scale. So it's very interesting. So this show you have on Sunday, Gayatri Bharat, that's you, and I'm sure they can look you up on YouTube and online and find your amazing singing and improvisations. And then there's Sandy Evans on saxophone, who is an iconic Australian saxophone player. And then is it Maharshi Raval as well, or who else is
No, it's Jess Green.
Oh yeah, Jess Green, yeah.
Jess Green. And we also have another musician. He's an emerging artist. He plays Ghatam. Ghatam is it looks like it's a clay. It's made of clay. It's a pot. It looks like a pot. And you can compare it with handpan. but it's an Indian one. It's very ancient. The sound is so beautiful. It's very sharp sound. So yeah, me, Sandy, Jess, and Gattam artist Prahlad. So we're going to collaborate on the 13th of October. It's at Ashfield Town Hall. This is basically for a foundation called the Stage Foundation. They are basically doing this, organizing this for type 1 diabetes awareness. And they're partnered with Insulin for Life. It's a not-for-profit. They're supplying insulin for, I don't know if you know, many Australian children are affected by type 1.
Yeah.
And the insulin supply is so expensive. It's become so expensive these days. This Insulin for Life, not-for-profit, they're also providing this insulin to all the developing countries. Children in the developing countries, when they get type 1, it's so expensive for them to afford for insulin, isn't it? They can't live how we need oxygen.
I can imagine. I actually had a student recently who she'd been very sick for a few months. And her parents didn't know what was wrong. I mean, she was in year 7. She's in year 7 or 8 maybe now. And then the next thing I heard is, she's got diabetes. So and they didn't know type 1 yet. They didn't know. So now they have to deal with that, and it's a whole journey they're going to go on. And it's
a tough journey. It's a tough journey, Kayna, because they don't know why it's coming, and you don't know when it will come. And they can't live without insulin. Like how we need oxygen every day, they need insulin every day. Otherwise they can't get up the next day. And otherwise the body gets decayed. So it's such a difficult life. And there is research going on, but there's no solution for that.
No, that's right.
I don't know if there is any solution. So this is why we're doing this. Yeah, so that's why I think me, Sandy, and Jess, and the Gattam artist are going to collaborate and create these are going to be original compositions. So we're going to perform that just to raise awareness for type 1. And, the profits from this is going for the insulin supply for the Australian as well as the...
fantastic. So that's Sunday, October 13th at Ashfield Town Hall. And it's got some really big stars in Australian music, such as yourself, Sandy Evans, Jess Green, and who's the other one again? Sorry?
His name is Prahlad. He's a Gattam. Gattam is an instrument. It's a beautiful drum instrument. That's what I said. It looks like handpan, but it's not handpan. It's made of clay. It's made of clay, like a pot. It looks like a pot. Oh, it's a beautiful instrument. And he's a young emerging artist, and he plays very well.
Yeah.
We have to collaborate, Kayna.
I'd love to.
With him, I'll bring him.
Sure. Yeah, I think I'd like. I'm planning to come to that concert actually because it's just down the road from me, and I'll bring my kids.
Thank you.
What time on the Sunday is it on the 13th?
The doors open at 5:30.
5:30. That's perfect because you can get dinners after the concert probably, and there's so many amazing restaurants all through Ashfield.
Yes.
Beautiful Chinese restaurants, Indian restaurants, Japanese restaurants. There's so much great food in Ashfield at the moment. So you could make a whole night of it. You could go to the concert and then get some dinner somewhere. Okay.
We also have Indian food stalls as well.
Food stalls as well. So, brilliant.
Yeah, so it'll be lovely, for people to come. And they're donating for this big cause. I would really request not just the music lovers, but the jazz lovers.
Yeah.
I mean, Sandy, everyone knows Sandy.
Yeah, everyone knows
It's
Sandy.
very exciting to work with Sandy. Yeah. I'm looking forward.
Oh, good. Well, thank you so much, Gayatri. We're now going to end the program with one of Sandy Evans' recent releases called When the Sky Cries Rainbows, with Toby Hall, Brett Hurst, James Greening, Phil Slater, Alastair Spence, and Hamish Stewart. And this is just a really fabulous album, and highly recommend it. Sandy Evans is just a lovely person as well. So try and get to that concert that we were talking about, and hope you enjoy this track. See you next week.
Mm-hmm.